this team's play here because Evo's played amazing game number 1. Game number 2 here. Is it going to be a repeat in history, or is it going to be a different play styles here coming from Resurgence? But Purify, double Purifies here coming from side Evo Esports SG.
I do think that from the side of Resurgence is a little bit more aggressive as compared to the time that they actually go into the different picks from the first game itself. So they're looking to actually get some pickouts there. And of course, if they can give a little bit of power spike towards the side of Obby, or even from the side of the Claude, they definitely can go into the mid game with a little bit more confidence as they go over and about side though. Soul is going to be punished off as they go in, taxing the wave, taking in the camp as well. From the side of Resurgence, they are going in for a really deep invade this time around, and they are going to do the same coming in from the side of EVO's Esports.
It's like both teams going to be playing the aggressive and denying the boss away from it, but they have a better understanding here. So it looks like, I think during the regular season game, the only Singapore teams have been playing this aggressive, which is very smart, but it's the thing, this will only work if both teams have understanding read. Like, usually you play aggressive to actually punish and get a couple of nice kills here, but Resurgence, they are going to go for trades here, but bottom side, getting focused down, 4 heroes down right off the bat. Resurgence.
This is a really good move coming in from Resurgence. The moment that they have the siege minute, they go in for the biggest objective that they can get, and now this is going to be a setup on the side of Resurgence. They might have to be careful because
oh no, here comes the magic top. Go next on two. Obby has to make a run for his life. The flicker forward. Ace taking too much damage. Aeon with a huge swing. 2 damage. They get to Resurgence. Comes up on top. Evos, they want more here.
They thought that they are in for the setup, but it was RSG more prepared for the fight as they banged that turnaround. They've gotten 2 kills, 1 turret, and now on the back foot can try to apply pressure over the bot side. They know that this Leomord needs to farm up. They're not giving him a chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. You give Ken a playmaking hero, he is gonna perform. But however, top side here, Resurgence, Xian connects on the potato, but the Purify that saves his life, but still is not gonna make him alive here from the power. The grabs of Xian here as the Demon Lord pokes his claw into Carrie's arms here. But
Here
Ace
comes Ace, and immediately he backs away. He knows that somebody's inside of the bush, but it's just gonna be Aeon. But Aeon is running out of mana for the time being, so they will go in for reset as Evo's kind of fighting more that they get you. Like, that river fight still was something that was really risky. It could have went well, but you can see that they played an offensive flicker coming in, and they still did not get anything at all. And Potato at the risk.
Bambi!
Oh no!
Ooh, Bambi playing very aggressive
Ace
there.
got
and
caught!
Resurgence is going up there, but Ace, he will be able to make it online. Nice ball block here coming from Aeon, zoning the way through, but Abby doing a lot of work with the umbrella, but here comes Ken with the Wave of the Dragon, but unfortunately gets stopped.
Now it's going to be a turtle call coming in from the side of RSG. Easy peasy it goes. As you can see, it now is down life runner. No contest whatsoever coming from the side of EVO's Esports. But over on the top side, though, there's a little bit more of a mounting pressure towards the side of Tamas, but Tamas should be handling it a-okay. Now RG once again going in for a little bit of invade, and there's just no stopping this Aeon from taking what he wants as he still goes in with a really good roam.
Very aggressive push with the Grok here, and that's the power of the Grok. Like, if you abuse it right, it's okay, but if you do not abuse it right, things are going to go south because Grok scales off in towards the mid, towards late game here. So you have to play this smart here. As Evos, they're going to be soaking up the buff again. They are at a 3k deficit here. Resurgence, he wants to steal it. Nope, a little bit too late here as Aeon has to back off.
Now, you can see that the Grok is being extremely annoying, just trying to disturb the tempo of the game, of course, giving a lot of information.
Look at this, Aeon. Look at this. He's so bossy. He's going to cut the creep wave as well. That's a double stack.
But over the top side, Xian getting pinned down to the wall, and it's going to be the rest of EVO's looking for the cat will actually extend the life of Xian as he gets taken off.
And execute is there, but however, Resurgence, they are not done yet because they want to have a reply here. Soul in some trouble. He's going to make a run for it, but he's super tanky.
Oh my, Soul actually played it out so extremely well. Of course, Phantom Steed was there, so he can still actually sustain out that situation. But look at JPL.
Oh, JPL needs to be very careful, but what really helped out for him was the Purify that keep him alive. So it was great there. Cho couldn't finish off his Way of the Dragon. So Resurgence now. They are going to be an aggression here, taking a tier 2 for themselves. Nice cut, creep cut there coming from Aeon.
Of course, now Aeon once again trying to cause some noise, but Bambi tries to drive him off. Bambi slowly getting into that momentum already. Let's have a look at the build if we could, but of course, gotta wait for that pop-up coming in. But Bambi is a little bit off position this game, don't you think? A couple of times, of course, that was the first fight in River. The second time was towards the bot lane as well. Now, looking into this EVOS, I feel like they're a little bit more passive than they should be because of the advantage given towards the side of RSG. Now looking into goal difference.
Right now, hold that thought because Ken is around. He was going for a stun, but unfortunately gets scout out here. But while the Rookham is there, Ken will be the first to take it down. Obby needs to back off. He's going to be A-okay with the Umbrella. He's going to juke his way out. However, nice pick up there from EVOS Esports. They needed that kill. But Aeon, look at this. He's just solo pushing here. That's the power of Grog. He can do a lot of things, and he's going to try and push this out as of now. So can't seem to kill him off because he's too
Nobody can
quick.
kill each other. You know that Aeon needs to rely on his cooldown to actually punch the guy in the face. But now, with the turtle in hand, they might just go for a contest here. But over a mid lane, Aeon with the wall charge. He's going to lock Bambi in. But here comes some victors as well. Some jumps over the wall, and they will go in for the mid. JPL. He's in danger still.
He's got a couple of stacks here from Lund. He's waiting for the Blazing Duet here, but it looks like EVOS, they want to wait out the Blazing Duet. The stacks here coming from Lund before they actually engage this here. But looks like the Turtles will be focused here from the side of the Resurgence here as EVOS Esports not getting any breather here because Ken is alive.
I do see that more textbook plays are coming out from the side of RSG. They have the early advantage, and usually when they do, they know how to play with a lot of discipline. And we talk about how disciplined both teams are. Now, they will have to give up the top side, but EVO's still not looking to give it up without a fight. Zen in the middle of all these members of EVOS here. So he's trying to pull people away.
EVOS, JPL, he catches on the one, but Lund gets a glimmer here. Will pop the big guy. He survives somehow as Resurgence can't re-engage this here, but they have to reset up towards him here. But now here comes the team, so in some trouble here. Aeon is going to go for the block, but somehow Soul survives this here. EVO's going to go for the retreat here. Bambi missing here, instantly gets cancelled. The way of the dragon catches onto him. Resurgence, they want to fight it. Aeon has to be careful here. He's tanky, but not that tanky.
They are so disciplined, but over the top side, they are losing a tower already. The rest of Cho, as well as Claude, trying to look for some golden opportunities. JPL tries to actually hug this turret with him, but over onto the side of EVOS, they know that they cannot go in for a full commitment. But from the side of RNG, that 3-man, JPL getting knocked up in the air. He is still alive. Here comes the rest of EVOS.
They want to divine judgment one. Bambi is setting things up here. Resurgence, they are stacked up before and they cannot fight this yet because they're still losing in terms of economy. Blade armor up on towards Aeon now. They have to buy a little bit more as well. Xian does have the curse helmet as well. A little bit more AoE damage coming from these toppers now.
Yeah, they just need one good fight from the side of EVOS to balance things out. Looking into the goal right now, of course, it's still leaning towards the side of Resurgence with 23k, but that is going to be a purchase of the golden staff in the hands of Luke. He may not have the kills yet, but when the big team fights come in, expect him to do a whole lot of damage with that golden staff in hand. Here comes the Lord being spawned up, but Aeon still keeping up with the pressure. Really good stuff coming in from Captain of RSG.
Aeon needs to be very careful here, but as of now, Resurgence, they are going to be focusing up towards Lord as of now. As EVOS Esports, they do know this is happening here. Grog is zoning up from the bottom side, but the Lord goes for the storm, but the Lord has been slain here from the side of him. As EVOS, JPL, they will get destroyed here. They need to back off. EVOS, they're running on the retreat here. Aeon cuts from the bottom side, and now EVOS, they are in some trouble. Can they go to fight this here? Potato made it, but the last umbrella there from Aeon.
Man,
from Obby.
That was just insane coming from the Kagura, and right now RSG is just on form, on fire. They want to take this.
The divine judgment catches on the sun, but now they cannot stop the one to recreate. Bambi needs to back off right now because Aeon is probably behind it. They will catch him off and they will lose a couple more here. Oh dear, Bambi. Hey, be very careful. He's gonna survive this, but he's gonna run out right now. Resurgence, they're gonna clean this up. So he's taking a lot of damage. A Blazing Duet is there. JB are forcing him about, and Evo somehow manages to defend it, but they lose the tier 3s. EVOS Esports, they have to make something work now because they're losing their turrets here as Resurgence are cleaning house here. The Lord is knocking onto a tier 3s here. EVOS Esports, the Phantom City is there. Can they defend against this here? EVOS, what do they do? No, the sun is not going to be there. Can just on the soul, but no fall off here. But they do get one here. Carry, this is good. This is good defense here from EVOS Esports because the carry is making work. EVOS Esports double kill for him as well.
That was a really good defense coming from EVOS Esports because RSG, they did not actually pull back in time. They had the Lord over the top side. Yes, they secured the tower, but they should not commit. Try to do something there, but Aeon has already soaked up way too much damage. Now they actually have to fall back. 2 members down, and they managed to remove the Lord. But the base has been cleaned up in the blink of an eye. 3 to 4 towers in a row.
That's the thing. This may be a comeback potential here coming from EVOS Esports SG because the carry is so strong right now. It's starting to scale into the late game here. He's going to shred through towards Grok, and we know how weak Grok can get into the late game here. Lun needs a lot of time to actually come up online because of those stacks here, because carry is going to bust you out right then, head on the spot. It stays here.
It's still going to be really hard though.
It might be a comeback here, but EVOS needs to drag this out even longer. That's going to be a hard thing to do.
Yes, extremely hard because this Lord coming in 1 minute and a half, and later on, they still need to send one guy to defend. And look at Captain Aeon once again over the top side, causing disturbance, and they are opening more room for the captain to march right through. They are trying to find a good
they're camping for
opportunity.
this. They are looking for it yet. In some trouble, looks like they will back off instead because Ace is not there. Aeon will be waiting for it. Nice out there, catches on the hit. Bambi, no, they lose one. The Akai is dead. No Hurricane Dance available, but Resurgence, they will try and finish them off, but they will get only the tank.
Look
the
at the
carry's
wave.
gonna be there,
Here
but look
comes
at this kid with the wave of the dragon. They catch us one, but the AoE damage, the Violent Record, too much damage, but it's not enough because Lud is there to clean house with the blazing duet. Resurgence.
There we have it. RSG takes this series into a game 3, ladies and gentlemen, as EVOS is defeated in game 2.
Wow. Abi.
I gotta say that Aeon actually caused so much trouble for the side of EVOS, and he managed to actually go in with a lot of good pushes as well. He gave a lot of information to the team by just roaming around, spotting every single one out, and this is just a really, really strong play coming from the Chow as well.
Even though Loon didn't have that many kills, he only had 1 kill, but he had 8 assists. He had a lot of damage, especially onto the tanks, and I think just generally the composition of the team, they worked out really well. They came back from the first game, you know what, we're going to go to the third game, we're going to win this. That's the mindset. But it's very hard to predict now because both teams have showed us what they can do, and honestly, I have no idea what to predict for the last possible game for any of these teams that's coming up next.
And looking at how they were playing that as well, you can see Older Bambi was struggling so much from side EVOS Esports because you can see all the magic toms here. As soon as he goes for the setup here, he just couldn't find those right moments here because Kaja doesn't. You only can catch one. It's hard to get multiple heroes because of that. And Akai, tried to go for a couple of nice Hurricane Knights, but it's not enough here because you can see Resurgence was waiting for it so many times.
And you can see the importance of the Grok early in the game. The amount of damage that he put in, getting them the early kills into the game definitely helped them snowball towards late game.
Yeah, and I think that EVOS tried to go for those early pickoffs, which didn't really work to their favor. And some of these team fights they did win, but they've given the Lord early into the game. They could not contest it. They were a little bit too late to the party, and eventually RSG just had this really textbook play where they just tried to siege left, right, and center, and just wait for the next objective to come up, which is the second Lord, which caused them so much trouble here. And you can see Aeon were deep into enemy lines all the time, and this was a great way of the Dragon kicking off members towards the direction of the team. And that was just the end of game 2.
Yeah, and the Guinevere couldn't really find the right positioning to find any kills. What do you think about that?
I think he needs a little bit more protection and peeling before he hops right in.
Yeah, so it's hard to do that as well because there's also the Grok taking the factor because the tank is going to be on the front lines, right? And there were several moments where he actually tried to go for the magic thumb, but the Grok has immunity and he just walks out right of it, which is super hard for them to go for the engagements. The biggest factor that actually helped Resurgence win that fight was the early aggression here from this Grok. Is just roaming down, just pushing down towards the creep waves, and you can see Evos didn't know what exactly to do, and there were so many moments where they actually lost out like 2 or 3 lane waves here because of this aggression that is coming from them.
Yeah, but definitely what I like to see from this game was Obi's performance on the Kagura. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
we saw him yesterday, he was performing really well. First game today, it wasn't so great. He didn't get that many kills. He couldn't really push and he couldn't get fed up, basically. But this time around, he was actually going in. I think there was one part I forgot to mention in the highlights. Under the tower, he managed to actually hold the umbrella and actually get a kill.
Yeah.
So very, very significant. I'm actually curious to see who the MVP is. Do you think it's Obi? Could be
Yeah,
Obi?
it could be Obi, yeah.
Yeah,
It
there you go.
definitely would be, and I would say that he did use the yin yang function on the crucial timing, and not even a single member from the side of Evos could actually come close to taking down the Kagura right there. And of course, magnificent way of fielding it as well. You have the Lightning Pumpkin, of course, Talk of Destiny as well. Then look at
Super
damage.
tanky.
I would say it is a team effort coming from every single members of RG to set everything up for the side of RG, and now down to game 3, it's really a 50-50. And once again, like I like both these teams, and I wish I could see them going
Move
forward.
on.
But only one of these guys
Yeah.
will proceed to fight Bigatron later on.
Yes, so unfortunately, as you can see, the loser of this match, the loser of the next game is going to be out of the MPL Season 3 playoffs, and the winner will be moving on to fight in the semifinals lower brackets. Now, the thing is, I've been looking at Obi. He picked out Esmeralda, Kagura, Carry, Claude, Lunox, and all of these worked out for him, right? He's won with almost all of these heroes, and he has a pretty vast hero pool as well. So how do you actually shut down a guy like that?
Ooh, that's a pretty tough question to work with, but it all comes down to the drafts in this regards here. But right now, it's super hard to actually pick up Obi because he's been very known to be keeping out alive in most of the team fights here. Even the last game, even game number 1, it was really hard to actually catch him off. But the question here would be how, like whoever is able to keep up the aggression and then go for the snowball and punish him. That's how you counter Obi. Like Obi usually, he's the type of player he actually goes and ganks and goes for team fights here. You force rotations, but you don't give him the kill, which wastes his time. And that's how you actually, maybe I think the best way would be split pushing him against him. That would be the great counter that I can think of here.
Yeah, I do think that split push is a really good way to actually avoid a fight coming into your teammates, and of course try to stall it all out. But still, like a pick such as Kagura is so slippery. Like you could actually reach lanes that, although you don't really have to come into a team fight, you can still dish out a lot of. And if they go on a 1-for-1 fight there, there's still a chance for Kagura to pick them up. But still, when you open room for your team to siege, that can give small advantages that could lead to bigger ones.
Now, the scary part is going into this next game, right? Again, this could be possibly their last game of the season. How do they actually manage to go into the game? I mean, we've seen both of the first games, right? Both of them go into the jungle and they fight. One of them gets an early lead and most probably win the game because of the snowball, right? That's usually the case. Not always, usually the case. So going into the third game, this is going to be super risky. Are you going to risk doing the same thing again, or do you want to play it a little bit more safe compared to the last game?
I think that they need to be really clear of what they want in terms of objectives, and they should avoid a little bit more confrontation. But of course, everything comes with a price, you know. Like if you do take the risk, you have to actually double up or
Have a plan for it, right?
yeah, have a plan. And of course, early on, there are really good plans coming in from Evos and Singapore.
Yeah.
Like they were looking for that golden opportunity to snowball that good and bigger. Like you saw him flickering into that position where nobody should be in, and immediately getting caught into 3 members of RNG was a bold move. But of course, he could have gotten the kill, but the flicker was being pulled off by members of RNG. So yeah, and I heard that we do have some comments there. So maybe Faraz, you can read it out for us.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Facebook comment. Again, we are live on Facebook Gaming right now, so if you guys do comment down, we're probably going to take a look at it, probably going to answer it. We're going to be looking at them very, very soon, and let's see what they have to say. Can someone tell me why they built Bloodlust Axe on Grog? And this is from Arlu Daza. Do you guys have any answer for that?
Okay, the thing about Grok is that when you play a little bit aggressive, right? Because he's so tanky in early phase and his passive ability has a lot of health regen, and he gives him basic defense here. The Bloodlust Axe helps him in terms of spell web, where he has this huge cleave, which is first skill, where he cleaves and just keeps him sustained throughout his team fights here. So instead of buying defensive items, the Bloodlust Axe actually keeps him in prolonged fights instead of burst.
And if you guys remember, very, very long time ago, I mean, before he was nerfed, like long, that when you put the Bloodlust Axe, he used to actually get a lot more regen, right?
Yeah,
His
it's
first
like
skills.
you're just like, oh, suddenly you have this burst of health coming
Yeah.
back to him. So it's so annoying to deal with that, and it's very traditional build that we don't see that anymore. But I hear that we are ready for the final game in this series as Resurgence will be on the blue side versus Evos going on the red.
And of course, from the side Resurgence, I think like you had this question just now where are they gonna play safe or aggressive? But at this stake, right, it's your tournament lives.
Your
There's
team
no
is
room for
banning.
error. I think the mental pressure will be there. And for me, the win condition maybe for the side of Evo's esports would be
Your
to
team is
deny
banning.
Ken his hero pool, because
Right.
you've seen how strong he is, right? You give him high loss, he doesn't really he's not
doesn't
really
work out,
effective
yeah.
because like heroes like Hylos, Valeric are defensive players, and you can see how aggressive Ken is, and that is the big factor that EVOS needs to take into account for. But and also second game they lost is because of Grok for sure.
Yeah, I do think that the rock needs to be banned away so that
Your
it doesn't
team
cause
is
that
banning.
sort of annoyance at any time. To then
But that's the
again
thing.
and again, Lunox being banned away all the games. There's just no room for Lunox to be played by either side of the teams.
Esmeralda.
Well, Esmeralda, it's really up to
They might
EVOS
first
right
pick it.
now. If they don't ban it, RG
Oh
may just
no.
pick it up. And
Oh
now
no.
Your
it
team
is
is
left out
picking.
in the open.
We might see it.
We might just see it being brought into play, but
Oh, wow.
instead
Cho.
it will be the Cho when EVOS
Your
has
team
the
is
golden
picking.
opportunity to take Esmeralda into
Hey,
their hands. But
that-
first pick,
That is a smart
So-
choice. I mean, we've seen Chao time and time again today, and most of the teams have been picking Cho, and it has worked out really well for them. And we know exactly. There's not even a need to explain why. I mean, we know how much Cho can bring to the table.
okay, I do like this. Yes, they may have the Cho, but now Minotaur is opened up. They could bring both the Guinevere as well as the Minotaur up into the table. That will give them a lot of CC
Minotaur.
immediately going in before the lock, and it will be a clock for their
Claude.
side. Of course, they don't have
Your
to reveal
team
all their
is
cards as of
picking.
yet.
Yeah,
So this is a very safe pick coming in, as they do get that blazing duet AoE damage coming into the side. And I would say that at least Clot has a little bit more of a reliable movements coming in. So as a marksman itself,
Yeah,
he
the
will
only
have a little bit of a good advantage with the ult.
yeah, the
Right.
only marksman left in the pool would be the carry. I think that is really strong in the meta. So if you don't pick it off right now, things are gonna go disaster.
Carry.
Looks like
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda
Your team
will be
is
picked here from the
picking.
side of
Obby.
Resurgence. Very smart
I
one here.
think it's going to be back to Obby again on the Esmeralda. He had 10 kills. Just to remind you guys,
Obby
with the
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda
Hayabusa.
yesterday.
Your
Now,
team
that
is
Hayabusa.
banning.
Now, this is really,
Okay,
really
I like the
interesting.
Hayabusa for
I
sure.
don't mind the Hayabusa. It can actually assassinate
Your
the
team
carry,
is banning.
but if you do go head-to-head against Esmeralda, it's still going to be a tough
No,
match
that's
to
the thing.
actually fight.
That,
on a one-on-one
that's the thing
basis.
about Esmeralda. If you Shadow Strike into his Esmeralda, and Esmeralda can't proc his second skill,
Your team
he's
is
hitting nothing.
picking.
He's
But
not going to
that's
get a
true.
reset and
That's
cooldown
actually
or buff.
very true. I mean,
So
like,
his buff is going to get zeroed out, and his shield is not going to be
Kufra.
consistent at all. But
Your
looks like
team
Evo's
is
Esports
picking.
will pick the
No,
Kufra
it looks like this is Terrence's day, man.
oh yeah, like
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
it is going to look pretty good, but the Kufra coming into this play here needs a
Round.
little bit more of a
Your
sustainable
team
damage
is
coming
picking.
in, and
Wait, what?
oh my,
Wow.
Wait, what?
are we seeing here?
Hey,
Whoa.
this is what I wanted to see,
Whoa,
man.
whoa, whoa.
This is
Okay.
exactly what I wanted to see.
Wait, what? Okay, Franco is great in a sense where it's a type of hero that actually
This
shuts
is a
down
pocket take. I
Esmeralda.
love this pocket
No,
take.
no, I understand why Franco is being picked, because there are some teams who actually use Franco to actually deal with this Esmeralda, and denying that pick away from Evo's esports is nice. However, at the same time, you might actually force Evo's esports into a
Kadita.
multiple purify, which
Oh.
doesn't really care, because Esmeralda doesn't care about lockdowns. He just needs to keep on hitting. If you force them into a lot of purifies here, no flickers, it's gonna be hard to fight against Esmeralda. So it might be a psychological mind game, but I'm a little bit interested to see how how Resurgence
I do
plays
like
now.
it because like you will force Evos to actually respond the moment that the Franco lands the hook. But now with the Kadita, it is a safe choice so that if you were to get hooked,
Yeah.
you can still expend the ultimate, gets invulnerability to actually escape that situation. But this is now down to the final game for RG and Evos.
This is right now. Terrence, I'm going to give this to you. Why don't you hype up the crowd for us for the next game?
Ladies and gentlemen, the last game for this series here, Resurgence versus Evos Esports SG.
Down to the very final game, it's Resurgence versus Evos Esports Singapore. Both of these rivalries have been really strong coming in,
Legends.
even back in Singapore, and now bringing it to
5
the
seconds
MPL
till
for
the
the
enemy
final
reaches
game
battlefield.
of the
Smash
series.
them.
As you can see, they have pocket picks
All
on their
troops
side, a
deployed.
Franco on the side of Resurgence. Meanwhile, Evos bringing back the Kadita and the Kufra. This is going to be really interesting. A lot of crowd control in the front line for the side of Evos, but can the side of RG handle this sort of pressure here? Looks like we do have a lot of red side wins today. Will this be the golden opportunity for the side of Evos? As you can see, Ken over on the top side here, he will try to pull off that creep wave. And it seems like from the mid lane, it's going to be a little bit of a neutral zone there as all these guys are focused towards the side lanes. And the first turtle will be over onto the bottom side.
Now, with the Esmeralda cutting off with the jungles here, getting the buff onto his Resurgence is going to be very important here. Now, Evos Esports in some trouble here as Xian. Okay, he's going to be very tanky. He's going to be okay. But now,
He's
Steven
gotta give it away, though.
Is he going to try it? No, I don't think he's going to try it.
Nah, there's no point because they do have the retribution on hand, so it's going to be an easy pickup coming in for the side of Evos as they will raid another camp as well. But top side, though, this is
Again?
a classic
Again?
RSG strat.
Again, it's working out for them, and looks like Evos Esports, they have no response to this from game number 2.
I'm not sure why did they not send anyone to actually guard the plot as well. I felt like Ace could have given him some more helping hand so that they could not actually get this sort of an easy push. But still, having Franco in front of you, even if you hook in the Minotaur, level 4 is still going to be very easy to kill him off. Now, they do get the wave all the way down to a sand, but there's not going to be any challenge at all. But over onto the second tower
Turtle
of the top
resurrecting
side,
soon.
they can still hold it off, but they are giving pressure after pressure. I mean, Aeon, massive hook!
No,
Potato,
nice
here
hook
we
there.
go.
Now here comes Albie with the falling star moon here. But where's the follow-up? Looks like Evos will back off instead. Resurgence. They can't seem to find this pick off here.
Now, this is why I do like the Franco pick, because with the Franco pick, you can force your enemies to respond. And like just like that, the core members jumped right into it, and they didn't really have to reply towards that sort of aggression. And RSG actually winning a little bit more advantage here with the turtle trade, and they are chasing in. Aeon going for the hook, messes it off, and now Ken still on the chase against Ace. He does have the full charge.
Oh no,
He is charging up the
JPL
Midnight
with
Fury.
the Titan, they catch it on 2. Now with the Midnight Fury as well. Resurgence, they lose 2. Aeon in some trouble. They will lose the Franco instead as Evos Esports takes a convincing 1 kill, but still very close call there for Ken.
Yeah, it was really close. But one weakness of the Franco is that he does not have that much of a mobility. So after the hook, what else can he do? He gets caught out of position, and now Potato has to deal with Loot. Now this is an interesting one as Avi going in for the fight. The Esmeralda trying to go for a pick up here.
No, they want to finish him off. Albie, he somehow survives. The burst from the Kadita is not enough, but the Franco hook to shut down the Minotaur as well.
Came just in time. That was just a perfect hook coming in from the side of Captain Aeon. Now, JPL and the rest, I do think that after that fight, it actually benefits them because Soul getting 1 kill off, it is pretty vital as well. So, a little bit of a shaky run there. Evos just giving another kill away. So, having the Minotaur sacrificing his life is not going to be really too much of a blow towards the side of Evos, so it's still going to be fine for them. But over the bot side though, look at RSG with the siege.
Split push once against here. You know, Evos Esports, they cannot really contest with the Kadita, despite having the burst there onto his Esmeralda. But hold that thought, Odin Bambi, he's going to be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the health regen just like that. I would say Kadita pick so difficult to play against, and now Evos escorting the minion waves is looking to exchange for that turret that was just lost over the top side. Now
Ken, he might get
picking it
dived
up.
here. He needs
Here
to be
comes
careful. Ooh, Aeon, he's looking for a really quick hook here. Nope, looks like it's gonna happen.
Too far out of range, but bottom side does not have anyone to actually work things out for them. Claude still trying to clear out the minion waves. Meanwhile, Tamus is actually having a lot of free fun. What do you think about the Tamus? Because if nobody stops him, he's gonna have a smooth run. And Obby going in.
Missing again, but looks like they will back off instead. But Evo Esports, look at this, very smart moves coming from them. They're just dodging Obby all completely, not losing this spin fight. But nice hook there from Aeon. The ulti is there, but he's gonna be fine. He does have the ultimate available. The bouldering is there. Ace is super tanky, but he's dropping his life very close. The minion fury catches onto Ken. They're looking for more, but now here comes Obby with the falling stardust here. He's super maxed out, super strong shield. He's gonna clean house here. That is the power of Esmeralda, ladies and gentlemen. We have such a short cooldown here as EVOS has no answer to that.
And of course, we see the Kufra jumping way too far forward. Of course, getting punished there by Aeon as he gets pulled away. And now Obby looking to secure this turtle. Here comes
Bambi! Oh,
Bambi
he stole it!
away.
He stole it! He stole it! He stole it! But now on the side here, EVOS will finish off the Aeon instead here. He's dropping very low. Zen, he does have the burn damage. He's slowly ticking away. But Obby, he wants to get a kill. He wants to stop it, but he's baiting it out Esmeralda. He's almost out, but the falling Star Moon actually drops it down there. He's super tanky. They lose the higher, but can they give it up? But Obby, with the Purify, eventually gets taken down and so kills him off. Takes off all his attack speed here.
Look at top side. Top side, we still have some siege coming underway. As you can see that this is a lot of back and forth coming in from both sides, but still, EVOS has no response towards the split push that is carried out by Ken as well as look. Here comes the knockup, and a kill goes over on Asada Kadita once again.
It's great to see how Resurgence is playing this and also EVOS actually trying to counter off the Esmeralda. It's great to see you have a pick off here because Franco is type of tank. He's super easy to pick off. He's really great in terms of roaming potential. However, as a tank, it's not as tanky as JP or as Ace. So it's it's smart for Resurgence to maybe potentially bait out kills towards Franco and then let Obby do his thing.
Yeah, you can see that things are just getting really intense here. After all these fights, after all that siege, now they still haven't found the formula to actually dominate the mid lane coming from RNG because it was just so well protected by all three men coming in from the side of EVOS here. And next objective